Episode 1, Awake. Episode 2, Brave New World. Episode 3, Hell is Empty. It's a hell of a name. Alright, grand finale, let's do this. And then we wait until Life is Strange 2 comes out. I wonder what kind of threat they're going to set up for probably Rachel, if what happens to her in the next between games is supposed to be a surprise to Chloe.
I felt like my dad's been lying about something for a while. I didn't know what it was.
There is plenty of blame to go around.
What does that mean?
You forced my hand. This is a consequence of your actions, Chloe.
We both agree that the best thing for everyone at this stage is for me to move in.
In a million years, I never thought you'd choose David over me.
Hey!
Blackwell's done with me. I can't go home anymore. Is this junkyard all I've got left?
Drew runs Oxy for Damon. Go to Drew's room, find the money, and I'll meet you to pick it up.
Whatever you do, don't open the door.
Oh, I want my fucking money!
Juliet is waylaid. That infernal Inferno is the culprit, closing down the roads and robbing us of our aerial.
No fucking chance.
I swear to thee, we shall fly beyond this isle. The corners of the world are mere prologue. What sayest thou to my most hopeful wish?
Yes.
Let's leave.
For real. If you don't mean this, it's just making me feel like shit that this life you're describing isn't going to happen.
What would it take to convince you? Why can't you just tell me the fucking truth?
Rachel, that woman you saw, that wasn't my mistress. That was your mother. I want to tell you all of it. But are you sure that Chloe should be here for...
Chloe stays.
Of course. In every way that matters, Rose is my wife and your mother. But the woman you saw at the Overlook, her name is Sarah. Your birth mother. I'm going to tell you everything, Rachel. Everything I've shielded you from for so long. But the truth can be hard to look at. Is this really something you're ready for?
Chloe. I'm right here. Good. I need you.
In high school, there was one person everyone adored. Her teachers, her friends. Sarah was everyone's favorite. Every boy wanted to date her. I could barely believe it when she picked me. Sometimes, I think that's what kept me blind for so long. She was so alive, so passionate about everything. Early on, though, I realized I wasn't enough for her. While the rest of us were pursuing college, careers, families. Sarah wasn't looking for any of that. She was looking for escape. When Sarah became pregnant, I thought it would solve everything. And it did. For a little while. Becoming your father was the greatest moment of my life. There was so much love, but I was still blind. However much she loved you then, it wasn't enough. For Sarah, the need to escape was always there. For over a year, I tried to help her. I made myself believe that she was still a good person. That no matter what happened, she would never do anything to hurt you. I was wrong. Eventually, I saw her for who she really was. A destructive person. Someone who could never be satisfied by anyone or anything, even the love of her own daughter. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do. So I made a choice. I was never going to let her harm you again. What you saw at the Overlook, Rachel, it was true. We kissed. It was the saddest kiss of my life. It was a kiss goodbye. I told her that I was happy for her, that she felt like she'd gotten her life together. Finally. But she didn't get to just decide one day to be a mother. Not after what she'd done. But after all the people she hurt. All the lives she destroyed. I told her she'd been given the greatest gift in the world. The chance to be your mother. And she squandered it. It pained me to hurt her like that. But I'd do it again. And again and again to keep you safe.
So that was the first time you've seen her or spoken with her in 15 years?
No. I sent her money. Every single month. It's our arrangement.
But now she wants to see me?
Yes. But Rachel, it cannot be.
You think you have the right to decide that for her?
When I left Sarah, when I took Rachel away, I truly believe I saved her life. And I will continue to protect her no matter what.
But maybe she's different now. I mean, people change, right?
Maybe so. But consider that for 15 years, she's preferred that money to you.
Rachel. I think I need to lie down.
Rachel and Chloe, where are you guys? We're at the Tempest cast party. I already texted Rachel like 8 times. Hey, I don't think we're making it. Chloe, you should come. Yeah, Chloe, you did awesome, babe. Hey, Chloe, great job tonight. Thanks. I can't. You were amazing. Without you, there would have been no show. Seriously, just come. Bring Rachel. Sorry, guys. Shit's going down, as it were. It's a difficult situation to navigate, the thing they're talking about here. I have no perspective for it, so I can't speak from any experience, but on some level you would think that maybe you'd still want... Rachel probably still wants to meet her regardless, and her birth mother could probably still play some role in her life, even though, like, she kind of... like, opportunities lost to actually raise her and so on, and you can't ever make up for that, but that doesn't necessarily mean never talk to them and so on. That may not be the best call. And that's our last new character, Sarah. What can you say about a woman so mysterious her own daughter has never even heard of her until now? From what James told us, Sarah's a drug addict who got herself mixed up in all sorts of crazy shit. And by drugs, I mean OD and end up dead in an alleyway drugs, not smoke a bowl and watch anime. When Rachel was a baby, Sarah would get high when she was supposed to be looking after her. Things got so fucked up that James finally had to take Rachel away. The funny thing, I feel like you shouldn't say the funny thing after that sentence in any context, really. The funny thing is, even as James talked about all the horrible things Sarah's done, he still seemed, I don't know, fixated, I guess. You could see the power she had over him. Actually, when he was talking about how beloved and magnetic Sarah used to be, I couldn't help but think of Rachel. I wonder if James sees that too? Maybe it's what makes him so afraid of her. Anyway, now Sarah is in Arcadia Bay, looking to meet Rachel after years of taking James's money to stay away. Suddenly, she wants a relationship with her daughter. James seems skeptical, and Rachel... I can't even imagine what Rachel must be going through. I gotta say, James still seems like a weird robot person. Like, that was supposed to be an emotional story, and the story has details to it and everything, and texture, but James... the voice actor for James is so weirdly flat in all of his line deliveries. He has entire parts of his sentences that don't sound like how a person would speak, but instead just sound like somebody's reading something off a paper, like it's the first time he saw the line. And he keeps doing this thing where every sentence and a half he like exhales through his nose on like a clockwork, and it's just everything about him he didn't seem particularly emotional, and his line delivery is so quiet that it sounds like somebody's like saying something really quietly and they had to like normalize the audio to make it louder, to make it the same volume as everybody else. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the voice acting for James so far. Max, I used to think the strangest thing about Ambers was how normal they were. They seemed like a bad 90s sitcom family. I did my best to play the part of the wacky yet lovable best friend. I chatted with Rose, Rachel's surprisingly cool mom. I even helped her set the table. The goal was to get in and out of there without causing a scene, so we could make our escape. About that. It turns out Rachel couldn't sit it back and let her cheating father act all high and mighty. I tried to distract her and remind her of our goal. It almost worked. Then Rachel snapped. I guess she just couldn't. She can't stand lying anymore. She told her mom about James making out with that woman. Everyone started yelling, and the next thing I knew, Rachel was going full destruction on the table. That's when the truth finally came out. Rachel's mom. Not her mom. Rachel's real mom. Makeout woman. Mind blown. Chloe, the wacky yet lovable. I like the detail that because they were like planning a heist, get in, get out, and don't get caught. There's a blueprint of the house.
Wonder what James is thinking right now. This must be hard for you too, Master Amber.
It could be far worse. My biggest fear is that Rachel will try to meet Sarah. I've dreaded it.
So that's why you never told her?
You have no idea what pain Sarah's caused. Her addiction has led her to do terrible things. I don't want Rachel to go through any of that.
He already exhaled once through his mouth and twice through his nose in that part of the dialogue.
But shouldn't that be up to Rachel to decide?
Rachel is curious and determined. She's always going to want to know more.
I can believe that.
She won't be concerned about her own safety. She never has been.
Do you think Sarah is involved with any of the drug dealers around here?
It wouldn't surprise me if she were. That's who she is. Chloe, I believe Rachel trusts you more than anyone else right now.
Is this where you ask me to manipulate Rachel into doing what you want?
This is where I ask you to do as your conscience dictates. But please, put my daughter's safety first.
Maybe try the truth for a change?
What do you mean?
Well, you did lie to your daughter for 15 years.
This is true. And that's why I need your help. I only care about Rachel, Chloe.
I'll do what I can. I care about her too, you know?
I know. Thank you.
I think he might just be like uncomfortably close to the microphone.
I can't leave Rachel to deal with this alone.
Like, he keeps exhaling through his nose and sighing for effect, like 6 times during that conversation. But also, while he's talking, you can hear him breathe out of his nose mid-sentence. And I'm like, he's like eating that microphone then, if you can hear him breathing through his nose just while talking, too.
Holy shit. Rachel completely destroyed that table. I can't even imagine how she must be feeling. Hey, Mrs. Amber.
I think it's Rose at this point, considering everything.
Okay, Rose. Do you need any help with anything?
That's very kind of you. Could you get out the broom for me? It's in the breezeway, door to the left of the fridge.
We need to deal with a significant amount of glass right now.
Hey, cool graphic. Rachel was really getting rid of this? Mrs. Amber, could I have this?
Oh, sure, Chloe. Rachel was going to give it away anyhow.
Thanks.
Huh. There's one chance to get clothes, but it's also like for costumes for the costume list and all that, and it's a chance for Chloe to have Rachel memorabilia or whatever. Wait, didn't all the clothes come from Rachel that I'm wearing? Actually, isn't that the point of that bag? Just a weird, awkward time to ask for it, though.
Here you go.
Thank you. I'm really quite glad that you're here.
I'm glad, too.
You've had to cope with much worse, I know. I'm grateful Rachel has someone as strong as you. How are you doing, Chloe?
How am I doing?
Your generation loves to talk about how awkward different things are. Well, this must be pretty awkward, I'd imagine.
I'm sorry. It's like Aliens, like when Spock talks about human phrases. Your people like to say that things are awkward in these situations.
I guess I'm not great. Rachel and I were really happy a few hours ago, and now...
Maybe you can see why James wanted to keep this a secret. There are many painful things about Rachel's past, including my own role in hiding the truth.
Doesn't matter how painful it is. You don't lie to someone you love.
You might be right. But can any of us really know what we would do in his situation? He's been a devoted father for 15 years. I know he loves Rachel more than anything.
I'm surprised you're defending him after what he did at the Overlook.
It might be hard for you to understand, but after 13 years of marriage, I'm not threatened by what happened.
You're right. I don't understand.
You don't have to worry about me or James. Rachel's the one who needs you right now.
Do you think Sarah is dangerous?
I've never met her, so I don't know. But I'm inclined to trust my husband. His entire life is about keeping people safe. Rachel's extremely fortunate to have him as her father.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chloe.
It's so weird to look at this now.
I think I get the lack of threat part, even if Chloe doesn't.
Hard to argue that Rachel would have had a better life with Sarah. But does that make what James did right? Some way to show Rachel that I'm here for her.
It's a little weird to write that on your hand.
It makes sense that Rachel needs 2 signs to contain her awesomeness. I shall call her Lion Crab from now on. Rachel's surrounded by so much love. Yet she seems so... alone.
To our wonderful daughter on the night of her first show, break a leg. We love you. Mom and Dad, first show? Oh. Felt like it was all set up like she was more experienced than that, unless it's an old note.
Rachel even knows how to make a dinky lamp look cool. Cool light. This light needs more light.
Or this room needs less light.
Wonder what I could find around here to brighten up that nightlight. We were so close to making our break last night. Now, I don't know.
Wait, last night? What time is it? Is it not that night anymore?
Rachel has so many inspirations, she can barely keep them all contained. The yin and badass yang of Rachel Amber.
Above all, remember, you are loved. Before all else, be armed, Machiavelli.
Is there a section on how to walk fours through batshit crazy family drama? No?
Why is her... Okay, she really buys into the stuff, huh? She has a personality test here, and she has her zodiac and everything. Her constellations set up. She's a reformer and a helper. Individualist. I took some sort of test like this at some point, and then I just forgot it before long. I just didn't care. Maybe that tells you which one I am. Haha. Type 4, the individualist. Type 4s can be the most creative of the types when they're able to reach their potential. Can I read this? Oh. Is this like a summary? Because that's not all the text on the screen. It's just very small. At their best, Type 4s are inspired, productive, sensitive, and independent. In a difficult environment, however, Type 4s can fall into melancholy and self-indulgence. 4s craft their own identities by picking and choosing a select few of their emotions to rely on, and all but blocking out the rest. Type 4s define themselves by their differences from other people. While this can lead to the incredible talent and creativity, it can also lead to an unhealthy obsession on the perceived deficiencies and flaws. The best thing for a 4 is to learn how to let go of feelings from the past and focus on the potential that the future holds. Why is there a line break there? Oh, weird. Yeah, both paragraphs have like a weird line break on the second to last line where it ends early. I wonder if they just didn't want the very bottom line to be weirdly short.
May you always be safe. Sure. But from who?
I mean, there's not a lot of reason to think that anyone's really an actual danger to her. That's not a bad setup. First aid kits. Is that a tiny stove down there, or is that a radio? It's probably a radio. 2 big old containers of water and a flashlight. It's a decent little bug-out container. Oh, won't let me scroll up. There we go. It'd be nice to see you. Nice to see you tonight. Are you coming home? Please, Chloe, I miss you. Chloe, I'm leaving the door unlocked in case you don't have your key. Please come home. Doesn't matter that it's after curfew. Mom, I can't right now. Please. Maybe explain yourself a little bit? Like, hey, I'm being there for a friend because they're going through some shit. And that's like a thing. You know, a little communication so you guys can have more understanding with each other, that you're there to support somebody and not just being negligent. Be a good way to express to your family that you're actually doing the opposite of what they largely think you're doing. Although you were doing what they think you're doing a moment ago, because you were about to run away. But at the moment, you're doing the kind of responsible thing that they specifically don't suspect you of doing.
I could get grades like this. I just don't want to.
And that's a problem.
Rachel's always made being an A student seem so easy. Almost sad to see all this effort.
I'm a little worried what graffiti might be. I don't know. It might be something like a nice little happy little note, or Chloe might just be way out of bounds with that opportunity.
Hard to believe the show was only a few hours ago. Seems like everything has changed since then.
To our shining star, Mom and Dad.
At least she'll have something from tonight. I think Rachel could use another subject. But which one?
Drugs and sex.
That's the one.
420 puff versus pass. Extra word. What the hell? Just a strange detail. Oh yeah, there it is. Why? Why do you do these things? Alright. I don't know if that was the best call. Now let's just hop on our computer and go through all our shit.
Even you, Willie, couldn't come up with the tragedy Rachel's going through. Rachel's really into stars. I wonder if it's her way of feeling connected.
I'm feeling really weird right now because she's just in the room.
I bet Rachel would rather be anywhere but here.
Let's not graffiti that in front of her and it's on her wall. The planner's one thing. That's just like this week's page. It's disposable by nature.
I've heard that Rachel and Nathan hang out sometimes, but it still seems hard to believe.